undescribably good.
There you go. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a quick non-training camp question. It's about the NFL and the vaccine and everything. Only reason I ask is because the NFL has instituted different rules that could affect your availability based on whether you're vaccinated or not. So I'm just curious, have you gotten the vaccine at this point, or are you in the process of it at all?
Have you got the vaccine?
Personally, I have, yes. I'm curious about you.
I think it's too personal for each and every person to kind of discuss it. And I'll just keep it at that.
Okay, thank you.
Next question. Yeah, next question, Tom Kern, followed by Mike Reese.
Hey, Cam, you were really candid last week talking about the reps and processing things. We appreciated that a lot. I just wanted to follow up from that because you said it'll get better. It's training camp, and it actually really looks like it has appreciably gotten better. So that was one question. And then just the quick side card of that is the rep.
This one at Yankees Stadium.
Sorry, man. The rep distribution that's going on. Nesson's killing us. There we go. The rep distribution. A lot of reps are going to Mac, and you're doing a lot of watching at different junctures. What's your appraisal on that? Thanks, bud.
I don't get involved in the reps. I just do what I'm asked, and I just go from there. As far as trying to maximize as much as I possibly can when I'm in there, that's the only thing that I control, and that's what I will continue to do.
And just on I'm sorry, it was a crappy question. Last week compared to this week, ball's coming out quicker, as you said it would. Am I seeing what you're feeling?
As far as what?
The ball wasn't coming out as quickly in week one. You said it was going to improve. It was early in camp. It seems as if that has absolutely been the case. Quicker this week, ball's coming out, boom.
I mean, the thing for me and everybody else is just to keep improving. A lot is to take with the first couple of days, but the realization of body demeanors, different skill sets, different sizes, different athleticism, different elusiveness, and then playing in weather today. So many different factors that you just gotta weigh in. But being a signal caller, you just gotta be able to deliver and do your job. So that process will take time, and even it's just a day-to-day thing. It's going to take the repetitiveness, from the side little work deals after practice, before practice, that we can see what each other's seeing and talk about it more normal, rather than having a play happen and it not, go to our liking, then we have to redo it again. So hopefully, those kinks will be ironed out, and that's what I'm expecting.
Next question, Mike Reese, followed by Mike Diabate.
Hey, Cam, how different has N'Keal looked to you, if at all, through this opening stretch of camp?
I mean, I've always had the confidence in Doughboy to be what he is, and he's still not scratching the surface. He's believing in it, and you guys are seeing it, and it's good for his confidence. But nevertheless, he's taking the initiative and he's more comfortable. I think before the plays even called, he understands the personnel groupings. He understands what Josh is trying to do to him and for him and with him. And I think that's important. And, once he understands that piece, that's when the game can kind of slow down for him, and it just becomes, running a great route and catching the football.
And this is more of a general question. Those who come to Patriots practice will see players, or sometimes full units, running laps around the field. I was just curious, what has your experience been like with that in your career? Is this like a new thing to see since you've come to the Patriots from last year?
What do you mean from last year?
So when you got here, this has been something Bill has done for a long time. I didn't know if you've ever been part of a team that did that before, that had players or units run laps. Sort of what has your experience been like with that?
Well, I'm gonna do what the team does. I think I'd be looking a little crazy if everybody takes off and I'm not. So it doesn't matter if I was used to it, accustomed to it, or whatever. If the team does it, then I'm doing the same thing.
Next question, Mike Diabate, followed by Arnav Sharma.
Hi, good afternoon, Cam.
Hey, how are you?
Cam, obviously both you and the team have had more preparation time together than you did in 2020 with in-person OTA, mini camp, and training camp. Now with the first preseason game coming up in just over a week's time, especially not having any preseason contests last year, how will your preparations move forward in the next few days? And will they be any different from in years past?
It's still training camp. And with that mentality is just to keep taking each day to get better. It's not, I don't know if this is a trick question or anything else. Like, that's all it is. So once you understand that preseason game or, not, you just have to make sure that you guys are, or we are, putting the best product on the field that gives us the best chance of competing at a high level and winning.
Great. Thank you, Cam.
Arnav Sharma, followed by Henry McKenna.
Hey Cam, great to meet you, man. So yesterday, Josh McDaniels said that you're starting to understand the whys of the offense a lot more, especially with like offensive philosophies and everything. So now that you have a firmer grasp on the playbook, have you had more freedom to kind of come up with plays that you think really complement your skill set?
Well, it's just a collaborative effort. And that's what I kind of appreciate about Josh is, he asked for my input. I asked, certain things that I may be watching. These days, everything is so structured. So, I'm well in understanding, it can be a text message. It could be a quick 15-second phone call. It could be, hey, Josh, man, I just seen this. Hey, let's just try to do this. And he's just so open-minded about that, whether we get it in walk through, whether we get it in, whatever, but that's just him. And that's not nothing that's not any different than how he prepares, because, one thing that I admire about Josh is he's a adjuster on the fly. It could be in practice, it could be in the game, it could be in the meetings. And, I think that's the thing that, really, that I really enjoy most, especially, about Josh.
Thank you.
We're going to go Henry McKenna, followed by Chris Gasper.
Hey, Cam. Question about you and Mac. Brian Hoyer said he got a text at like 6 a.m. from Mac Jones, just asking a question about the playbook or something. And I know you last year at least were waking up at like 4:30 in the morning to get your day started. So I wondered if you and Mac are kind of riffing off one another, doing those sort of like the crazy hours and just working together. I guess you guys also have like a text chain, the quarterbacks. How's that going?
Let me tell you what's not going to happen. Not going to get no intel out of me, Kai. There's not going to be no front pages on Cam said this or look. As far as that question, Mac has been, a great teammate. Brian has been a great teammate. Jake from State Farm has been a great teammate. McLennan is his newest updated nickname, so you can put that. And obviously the Hoister. So, yeah. But as far as any type of intel of what we do, how we do things, and what has been done, no bueno, guy.
All right, thank you.
Next question, Chris Gasper. Last two questions. Chris Gasper, followed by Ian Steele.
What's up, Cam? I just wanted to ask you, it seems like you've really embraced sort of the Patriot way, the Patriot culture here. What is it that you like about this team's culture and Coach Belichick and that fits your style?
You know, it's crazy. We had a conversation one of the earlier days, and you know, as we were talking, you know, the thing that a person coming from a different situation can guarantee is it's consistent. You know, it's not like, well, you know, we got to do this day, we got to do that day. It's you grow numb to it, and it's just breaking down the mental barrier of I can't to I can, and we will, and you know, how can we fix it? You know, solution and problem solvers rather than complainers and whatever you may have. So, you know, I really enjoyed, you know, just being a part of something that, you know, everybody's on the same type of wavelength of working to get better. You know, we're here at a certain amount of time, and we're going to maximize each and every minute, ounce of every day that we could possibly do that the league has allowed us to have in the PA. So, you know, that's what those are the things. So, you know, for me, whatever time I get in to the time that I leave, I know it's been premium work that's put in. And I don't just feel the same way for myself. I know everybody else that, you know, is affiliated with the organization, not just football related, but, you know, in the back offices to, you know, front offices, the things like that, everybody has that same mentality.
Thank you.
Last question, Ian Steele.
Hey, Cam, good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Good. We heard earlier this week about the rookie skits, and Mac came in with a big hat and he was acting like you. I'm just wondering your evaluation of his impression and his outfit.
You won't get no intel from me. Unfortunately, Mr. Steele, that's just something that we just gonna have to just chalk it up and just count with the day. It wasn't today, August 5th, 2021, in the last 2 hours where we was on the football field and anything before. So I would guess it's a fitting saying that says you just had to be there to get it.
Team only information, I understand.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Cam. Thanks, everyone.
For sure.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade? Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade? Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade? Probably when 2020 handed us all those